Welcome to the Brown Aqua Show. Ho, 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 hey, 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 ha, ha, ha. Anyways, guys, happy holidays. Now, so President William Ruto has sounded off on this controversial USA Kenya healthcare deal that's going to last for 5 years. That's half a decade. But the gag is Kenyans were concerned if the healthcare data is being sold or being rented or being mined by the United States. Let's hear his remarks and then I'm gonna give you my final word. Ha ha ha.
Funded grants.
I know there are entities that have been benefiting from these resources, and as a result, they are sponsoring all manner of stories around. If they have a problem with the current structure, they should go and talk to the government of the United States.
COFEC has been directed to serve all officials involved by December 17th, while the government has until January 16th to file its response. The case will be mentioned on February 12th before Justice Lawrence Mugambi for further directions. The deal is also facing a separate challenge from Busia Senator Okia Omtata, who has filed a petition seeking similar orders, including stopping the government from spending any money, signing contracts, or
Oh, okay. By the way, unakumbuka ile meme ya don't argue with me, go argue with your ancestors. This is what exactly Kasongo is telling you. Amewaambia kuwa kama unataka ugomvi, kama huoni haujapendezwa na hiyo dili, ende uka argue na Trump kule. Nakumbuka Trump has forced 19 countries from literally migrating to the United States, African countries, but also I think several of non-African countries as well. And this is because if it's like you Africans mnaletanga mnafikanga huko mnakuwa wajuaji mnakuwa terrorists. Just several days ago when 15 Kenyans as well are being deported back to Kenya for extremely high criminal charges that are just unfathomable. But let me tell you something. Even before this massive uproar, the High Court had already issued a directive regarding their stand on this 5-year healthcare deal and partnership with the United States. And I remember as well, U.S. State Secretary, that's Marco Rubio, said that Kenya is the most suitable country to partner with in this 5-year long healthcare deal. Let me just read to you an update here. It says, the High Court suspends government's health deal with the United States or sharing any data pending determination of the case. And it goes on and say the order, almost said the whore. The order. All right, the orders ban the government from sharing any data with the United States until the case is heard and determined. The court has set the mention of the matter for February of 2026. In the deal, Kenya and the United States has agreed to a 5-year health partnership aimed at strengthening the country's healthcare system, with the United States committing about 200 billion Kenya shillings, contributing roughly 130 billion Kenya shillings. That's an incredibly huge amount of money. Okay, the agreement is focused on boosting primary health care, improving treatment for major diseases, expanding the health workforce, enhancing digital health system. It also shifted health support from NGOs to government institutions such as KEMSA and the Social Health Authority. Boom! And lastly, however, the inclusion of provisions allowing sharing of anonymized health data with the United States drew public concern, leading to the court challenge that has now halted its implementation. Let me just read part of the feedback. Somebody said, people are woke these days. 1,000%. 1,000%. Mwendo kumbe hata kuwa tumemaliza. Okay. This is the best system. Oh, brah. Exactly. Another one said, stories are jabba. Really, bruh? Yes, whoa, God is talking through the High Court. Exactly, man. Mbona mnapenda kustress judges wetu? Tenga would rather die than pass on the loot. Oh, okay. Another one said, create a problem, act like you're resolving it, PR, and then approve. Wanaolala laleni tu. Enyewe sasa Kasonga amewambia mwende mka argue na Trump. Manake kama if you're opposed to the deal and there's literally nothing you can do. But let me tell you this. We are living in a fast-paced technology dispensation. Like in the current season we're in right now, if you're a techie, and I've had a chance to interview I think I've done over 500 interviews as well. We are stepping into a season called, a dispensation called Utopia. This is where I'd say, it's an avalanche explosion of tech innovations that are human-based, AI-centered, robotic-centered, to boost human life and to enhance, work-life balance. But again, shockingly as well, there's an alternative of like trying to transfer human life into the machines. And when you look at what Amazon did, it actually fired over 100,000 plus workers. This was in the beginning of this year, and replaced it with AI assisted robots. And that just shows you that the future of work and human erasure in the workspace is impending. So it should scare you. Now, when it comes to data, something that I mentioned yesterday in my previous commentary, data renting and data mining is going to be one of the most lucrative business in this season, in this dispensation. So it's going to be a utopia, and then it slides into a dystopia where everything is super automated. And now, with the rest of super intelligence, this is artificial intelligence that controls itself and it controls other AI systems. If you're keen, and I did a commentary as well during the AI Paris Summit of 2025, the UK was opposed to some of the agreements, but there are some stipulations that were met that literally are in line with the European Union in terms of manufacturers and distributors of AI should abide under those international policies. But the question is, where is Africa in terms of, let's say, strategically placing itself as a voice that also needs to make decisions and choices and policies that will shield itself from harmful AI? And some of these AIs are actually exploitative in a way that you're just watching and boom, you're being sold a kidney medicine, boom, you're being sold contraceptives, boom, you're being told stop working and disappear and go learn AI for 40 days. Exploitative AI. So how can African countries shield themselves from harmful AI? And also consumers of AI, how can you shield yourself from being used by AI tools other than you using AI tools? I think that's an incredible question to be answered by you guys. And I think in this data renting and data mining, where this big tech can, buy a country's data and use it to develop a prototype and research, and then they manipulate it. And healthcare data, the most sensitive, healthcare data records are the most sensitive records of any country. So, anyways, do we trust the United States? Of course, but no, we don't. Have we had, let's say, bilateral relationships that have been tremendous? Absolutely big time, yes. But with Donald Trump's persona, is everything easy breezy? Heck, no, no, yes, no. Okay? But I'd like to hear from you. Are you ready to go argue with Donald Trump? Niambie tafadhali, niweze kukusikiza.